Now we're going to show you how to reset the check engine light. You turn your key on, you'll see this inspection light. Just push the brake pedal to get rid of that blinking light. But these service lights will reduce. It looks like it's down one, I'm not sure, but we're going to set it and see. This is just a warning, it's not really a big deal, but it just shows that this instrument cluster is working pretty well. Let me show you that first. There's your set engine for your service and your oil. What you're going to do is put this in and then turn on the key into the position right before you start it, and then flip this switch, and you have to wait probably 10-15 seconds and those lights will reset. So we'll put this on. So we've turned the key on and we'll flip this to on. Then we look at the dash lights to see if the little green lights are reset. All green blocks should be lit. Now then we can take that off and let's check inside. Well, I guess that's all the lights. I'm not even sure. I set these things in once every 6 months. So anyway, when those lights are like that, that's the process for resetting. To get this blinking off, you can also push this button here. That stops that. Put our little cap back on here. There we go. Let's see, what else? This is your alternator, and right below that is your power steering pump. And underneath here is your air conditioning compressor, so that's where that's located. Here is your heater control valve. That's just where it's located. It's a real simple fix there to get to if it goes out. That's been changed recently, so it should be fine. Fog lights are located right here. Here's also interior lights. In the middle is on. If you don't want them to be on. You don't want these lights to be on like this. You just hit that toggle switch. This little dial right here increases or decreases the illumination in your instrument cluster. So fog lights, when they're on, let's take a look. So they're all on right now. Your low beams are on. Your fog lights stay on. Now we'll put it on high beam and the fog lights will go off. There you can see that. So that's the way that works. So we turn the key on. It's 10:23 right now. We take a pin. There's a little round hole here you push. And if you want, we're in AM right now, but this cycles. You keep going like this, that will change to PM. There's PM. So we don't want that. Keep pushing until it goes back to AM and release it. Quadruple A, that means it says go to. Okay. So now we go to the 1 is here. We want a 0. The 0, and then to this button we want it's 1024, so we've got to go to 2 here, and then this last one is 4, so it's 1024. Then you push your button again, and that's it. Time should be set. Now as far as all these other ones, like I say, this car when I got it had it goes to quadruple A. That means it says go to your dealership, and of course the dealership doesn't have a clue about these cars, so I never use all this. On the other previous cars I had, that did work, and this may work too, but sometimes it's complicated. We don't have a book on how to set this. Sometimes you have to hold 2 buttons and press here. It's very complicated, but anyway, as far as time goes, I usually just use the time anyway. But on the other cars, I did have some of this mileage calculator, and it really worked great. You set it, and there was one time on one of the other previous cars, I was getting 24 around town, you know, combination of in-town driving and expressway, around 24 miles to the gallon, so pretty good. Anyway, that's the way you set this. Little idiosyncrasy of all these models. This is again the third one I've had. These back doors kind of close hard. If you slam them, you notice that didn't close completely. The problem with that is that your lights will stay on inside the car, and that overnight will drain your battery. So one of the fixes I have not done on this is to extend this little shut-off switch, which could be done, but you just got to remember to slam it. Make sure it's slammed hard, or else your lights will stay on. Now, one way you can get around that is shutting the interior lights off at the dashboard. That's a possibility. So that's about it. The Motronic unit is located in the passenger kick panel, right behind the speaker. That runs the whole car, actually. Without that, you're not going anywhere. The computer that controls the fuel injection in this car is located in the glove compartment way behind the back curtain. One other tip in terms of engine not starting or having a problem. There was a time when I had a big mystery here. The car would be running for a long time and great and everything. All of a sudden it just would not start. In fact, I had to be towed one time. Well, under this cover is a little box, and I'm not sure what that is, but the little plugs, I guess someone had been in there originally, or it just rattled loose, which actually if you look at it you'll see that it's almost impossible for it to rattle loose. Someone had taken that panel off, I think, and didn't plug it in completely until it snapped, and that is on the back side of this. I won't take it off to show you, but if ever the engine dies on you and it's just a mystery, it's either got to be this, it's got to be idle control valve really wouldn't do it. That would make a surge in your idle, or these transmission lines that go in down and hook to the transmission. And if you unplug one of these, your engine dies immediately. So those are the only two areas that I found whenever there was an engine problem in that it didn't run. It just would stop. Otherwise, these engines are great. I mean, I had some of the previous cars. I've had 300,000. My brother had 325,000 on his engine, and it was still running great. So these were that was a big 6, 3.5, and it's really great. So that's it. That's about all I can think of right now. Only thing that has not been really worked on, changed, I have not put a radiator in it, have not put an exhaust system on it, and those transmission tubes are about it. And if you ever run into those problems, that's sort of normal old or any kind of car you have to maintain. So that's about it from here.